What's going on, guys? I am with my Insight, and lucky me, it started to rain really hard. I don't know if you can see the outline there. I have a leak in the back somewhere. I initially saw it coming out from underneath here, so I've got to figure out how to take this apart. It looks like a plastic piece. Hopefully it's not too hard. The two things that I know are in the way is the seat belt and the hatch strut. Hopefully those are the only two things in the way besides some clips, and I can pull this out without any issues to figure out where exactly that water's coming from. Because I did already do both of these for the wet seatbelt problem, and when you take these off you can tell that there's a little space back here where water can go, but it stops. So I doubt anything is being filtered down there. So I've got to figure out, maybe it's coming in through here, up here. I've noticed there's a lot of cracks in the welds. There's a crack there, there's a crack on the other side. When I took these off, there was a crack in the welds between the roof and the paneling here on both sides. I fixed those. I just put some whatever it's called, black sealant, auto sealant stuff in there. So that stuff's good. I might have to do the same thing with the cracks in here and maybe take this stuff out, really figure out where this is coming from. So of course I'm going to start with taking out the back carpeted area, which is wet, it needs to dry anyway. So next up I'm going to pop this piece out because this carpeted area is tucked under here from what it looks like. I can't really remember, but this is super easy to take out. I'm going to pop these clips in and then these just come out. This thing, just have to get a hold under it. This thing pops right out with the clips. And of course, there are two, maybe two, I only have one, but there's two holes there. Make sure those are out. And of course, you have to pop this off, and then there's that bolt. So it doesn't look like you have to take this out because it just lines up right here. I guess you could just shimmy this out, but there's going to be things like clips that are in the way. There's one down there too. For you to get this bottom piece off, I'm working on the top portion up here. Pretty much looks like you've got this wedge up here and it's clipped in, I'm thinking underneath the rubber seal under here. There's a little groove, but I popped that one out and it looks like I've got another one in here. There it goes. Just pulling straight down. I don't want to snap these off. They do seem like they're pretty durable plastic, not going to snap. Let's see, up in here, carpet does keep going. So I'm going to pop off the bottoms and see if I can slide this out. If not, then I'm going to have to continue on. So now that I have all of those off, I got the pins on the bottom side popped out. They're just little Christmas tree ones. They come right out and you can pop them back in. This is not going anywhere, so the panel up here does have to come off before the carpet. So this is a 14 millimeter. You just have to take off this little piece of plastic, just clips holding it in, nothing special. Exact same thing with that one, 14, just clips holding that one in too. And I'm gonna pop these off and hopefully I can get this whole panel off because I don't see anything else holding it in place. And here is the aftermath. Pretty simple actually. Once you get those, put this back into place so you can kind of see it. Once you get those two out, the seat belt and the strut here, you can actually pop the strut back up in here and keep your hatch open. You just have to figure out where the pins are. From here, you can actually get this first one pretty easily. You just pop that one straight out and just take a look at where all these pins are. They line across the top, and there's also 3 on the bottom. That one still in there. But just make sure you pull straight out so you don't snap these. Of course, you can replace these. These are very cheap. You can go to an auto parts store, but that's where all the clips are once you get it out. And the carpet looks like it is somewhat attached. So definitely don't suggest you pulling on the carpet. I mean, you can tuck it back up in there, but once that's out, I can throw it out there. It's a little damp. All right, still got a little bit of moisture up in here. Now I gotta go around and figure out where exactly this leak is coming from. So after searching around here, I cannot figure that there's really anything on the inside. I was thinking that possibly it was the window, but if the window was leaking, again, I saw water coming out about right here, and then it started making this whole area wet. If it was, then this would be wet, or at least there'd be water in here, but there's absolutely no moisture up around the window well. There was a little bit of moisture here, and then there's way more down here. So from looking up here, I can't see anything. My best guess is it's not on the inside, it's on the outside. My best guess is that crack right there. So when it totally pours, I get water that runs down here, and then usually when it's a light drizzle, I won't get that much water, but if it's pouring, it's gonna go straight into that crack and then just flood the whole damn thing. So I'm thinking it's that one. This side does have a little bit of the cracking in the welds too, so I'm gonna get a toothbrush, clean that up really well, and get some sealant and put it in there. I don't think there's anything else. This is actually held in by, it's supposed to be sticky, but you can see down here, stickiness. And I really doubt that there's anything in there making a leak, or else I would probably have a leak a little bit further down. But I think this is good. I'm guessing that's my issue. Okay, so I was wrong about that being a crack in the weld. Up here, you could definitely tell that the weld between the two was cracked. But it turns out that this is actually some sort of sealant, and I kind of smashed it out of the way. Very brittle, but I'm gonna replace that. And also, I took this boot off. There's nothing wrong with the boot, but just to be sure, I'm gonna put a little bit of the sealant around there just in case there's some sort of crack I'm not seeing around the boot, or maybe it's not sealing properly, because this side has it, that side doesn't, and I don't have any sort of leaking on that side. It's just this side. So might be this boot not sealing properly, so I'm gonna get that while I'm in here too. And of course, it's the reverse process to put everything back into place. So if you guys were trying to figure out how to get behind here, or maybe you're trying to figure out why it was leaking, hopefully that helped you guys out, and I will see you in the next video.